else did you have?
Is
for
there
me
any other MMA news we're missing out on?
I don't have shit because you were giving me the news. It all was new to me. I was like not up to date on shit.
I mean, I think the only other thing we have is just this conundrum, I would say, between the heavyweight and the light heavyweight class in the UFC. And what?
Come on,
and what I mean by that?
Just George, stop. Stop. Conundrum. I am fucking
conundrum.
Huh?
Conundrum.
Did you? I mean, I'm real, guys. Seriously, everybody. I'm fucking quite impressed with George and his big ass words today. Conundrum. Can you define that shit?
Yeah, it means you got a fucking problem.
Right. Okay. So go ahead. So what were you saying? I love it.
You have a problem now between the 205 class and the heavyweight class, and what I mean by that is you have the number 2 or number 3 ranked heavyweight, depending on how you view it.
Right.
Is right around 220, 230. He says.
Okay. Right.
This is Daniel Cormier. In his past, he tried to make this weight cut before, I think, to make the Olympics or in the Olympics, and it literally almost killed the guy.
Yeah,
like he went into an insulin shock or damn sight near diabetic. Something went wrong, badly wrong. Like his kidneys were like, I'm tapping out. I'm done. I can't cut this weight.
Right.
He's decided he's not fighting the heavyweight champ.
Right.
Now in the 205 class, you got a guy who's run through the entire class. He has very few people left to fight.
Right.
Now, if Daniel Cormier can cut this weight, does he get an automatic title shot, or does he have to get a tune-up? Does this guy stay at the heavy? It's like that one guy kind of holds the key to John Jones' future, because John Jones has also talked about, I don't have many more fights left at 205. I want to go fight heavy. So does DC wait for him to make the move up to heavy, or does DC come to him?
I think what you do, because it's going to be some time. I think if I was Daniel Cormier, I think this would work good for everybody. Everybody would want to see it. I think Dana White would like it. I think that you let Daniel Cormier, if he's not going to fight Velasquez, then why the fuck stay in the class? Why are you fighting in the class that you're not going to try to get a championship from? It just makes no fucking sense. So start to work your way down to 205. Find a good light heavyweight guy that doesn't have a title shot, but is fucking money. You know, somebody that wants to fight him, you know, like a Hendo or somebody wants to fight him, and let him fight at a catchweight. You know, let them fight at a catchweight. If there's no belt on the line, you know, maybe have them fight at 215 or 210 or whatever. Somebody that goes, you know, back and forth. But like Dan Henderson jumps to heavyweight class. Vitor Belfort in the past jumped to heavyweight class. You know, you have these guys to kind of go back and forth. Let DC fight one of those guys while he's working his way down to 205. If he wins, great. He continues down to 205. If he loses, then fuck it. Who cares?
Right.
I mean, that's the way I see it, and it creates a match. The light heavyweight, you know, whoever fights him, it does nothing. It doesn't hurt or help that person, you know what I'm saying? But it creates a good event, you know.
And you know what I think? Fuck it. It's a business. It's a sport. You fight your teammate if you have to.
I do too.
Over it. That's the one thing about the sport I don't get. LeBron James and Kevin Durant train in the offseason together, and people give them shit. Why? Why does it matter?
Yeah,
they're gonna when they go against the court. Do you think they take it easy on each other?
Oh,
no,
fuck no. And this is the thing. I mean, but
I would love to see DC and Cain Velasquez fight, because they both have good hands. They both have excellent wrestling,
and they both know each other too. So it'd be interesting.
So it would make for a great fight. But we don't get to see it because you're teammates. Then fucking pull a Rashad Evans and get your panties in a bunch and fucking peace out, one of you, so we can watch the fight.
This is the thing, though. I've heard they've said that he said he would fight him.
Who?
That come on, Al. I'm just saying. That's what I heard. I read that.
Who?
Huh?
You said you heard that he. Which he?
Daniel Cormier said that he would fight him. No, he would. He kind of. I don't know if he retracted what he said, but apparently he said no. If it comes down to it, he'll fight Cain Velasquez. I just don't think he wants to rock the boat with his camp.
If I'm DC and I'm afraid of having a health issue that maybe cutting weight could do something detrimental to my body, and I'm being serious. Like I would put my health before anything else, and I would just stay at heavyweight and be like, look, dude, either you fight me or vacate the belt.
What I would do is if I was DC, I would be like, I'm gonna fight Velasquez. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna work my way to get my title shot, fight him. If I win, I win. If I lose, then I'm gonna go to 205.
Well, and now here's the other thing. Now let's say Daniel Cormier takes, obviously his next fight is not gonna be against JD. Kane's next fight is going to be against JDS. So that takes Daniel Cormier, and he has to fight more than likely a heavyweight fight. Here's the thing. If I'm Dana White, I sit down with Kane and I sit down with DC. I'm like, look, if you both win your next fight, you understand we're going to have you two fight each other because that's the fight everyone wants to see. Well, what if I give you an extra $100,000 a piece? Behind closed doors, I don't have to tell anyone. No one will know. Here's a check for $100K on top of everything else you're going to earn. Shorty, I would box your mother for $100,000.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I hope
and
she'd
I'm gonna
understand.
tell you what, and my mom would box you for $100,000 and you would lose, nigga.
That's fine. But you know what? If I'm getting a guaranteed $100K, I'd let your mama whip my ass.
Exactly. I mean, that's a lot of cheese. And we could all sit back, throw down some drinks, and eat some steaks afterwards, you know?
Exactly. But, I mean, and I'm going to tell you right now, an additional $100K on whatever else you're making, to me, that's a drop in the bucket to the UFC for the amount of money they'd make off that.
This is the thing that's fucked up about it, George. As much as we bitch about some of the stuff that Dana White does, Dana White shouldn't have to do that. You're under fucking contract to fight, and you're supposed to fight. So why should Dana White have to go to somebody and give them more money as an incentive to fight? You should be like, you know what? Fuck it. That's the deal. You guys happen to be, in the same class.
Because Dana White has been doing that since he ran the company.
Yeah.
Dana White has been going behind closed doors and sending people bonuses and doing things like that for putting on good for performances, for stepping in on short notice and taking fights. Because Dana respects what his fighters do, and he wants to reward them handsomely so they stay. So to get this fight done, he's going to have to come up off some extra paper if that's what it's going to come down to. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Daniel Cormier loses his next fight, he's out of contention. We won't be having this conversation.
Right. Well, what if Dana White just says, look, you know what? I don't know what to tell you, but I can't give you any fights. I can't, what are you going to sit in the fucking heavyweight class? This is what I want. Let me tell you something. When push comes to shove, they're going to fight. When that money, I think so. With that money, I don't think he even has to give them incentive. The incentive will be like, do you want a job? You know what I mean? Like, that's the way I look at it. As much as sometimes some of the things that Dana White does disagree, I'm like, if you're working for my organization, I'm paying you, you're under contract, you're going to fucking fight. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way I look at it. I mean, and I like both of those guys. Cain Velasquez and DC are two of my favorite fighters, but obviously they're in the same class and they know they're on a collision course. And they're on a collision course that everybody wants to see, so it's got to fucking happen.
And you know what everyone else wants
Enough
to see?
said. Yeah?
A stop.
Yeah, we're out. Deuces.